What were the real causes of the transatlantic slave trade? Imagine a world where millions of people were taken from their homes and forced into a journey across the ocean. The transatlantic slave trade was not just about capturing individuals. It was driven by a mix of economic, political, and social factors that shaped history. The main reason for this trade was the need for labor in the colonies in the Americas. European countries wanted to grow crops like sugar, tobacco, and cotton, which made huge profits. These crops needed a lot of work, and the indigenous populations had been decimated by disease and harsh conditions. So, colonists looked to Africa for a solution. European nations, starting with Portugal in the mid-1000s, built trade routes along the West African coast. At first, they traded for gold and other goods, but over time, they began trading for enslaved Africans. These Africans were captured through wars, raids, and deals with local leaders. European traders did not usually do the capturing themselves but relied on African intermediaries who supplied the captives. European countries built forts and trading posts along the coast to hold enslaved people before they were shipped across the Atlantic. As plantation economies grew in the Caribbean, Brazil, and North America during the 1600s and 1700s, the demand for enslaved workers increased sharply. This demand led to more warfare and instability in parts of Africa, as some groups captured prisoners of war or rivals to sell to Europeans in exchange for weapons and goods. The causes of this trade are tied to the economic need for cheap labor in the New World, the decline of indigenous populations, European colonization efforts, African political dynamics, and the infrastructure Europeans created along the African coast. These factors combined to create a system that forcibly displaced millions of Africans, breaking apart communities and shaping the history of Black Americans. Despite this brutal history, Black Americans have built resilient communities, fought for freedom, and contributed greatly to the culture and progress of the United States.